I don't know what's going on with this mucus. Driving me crazy. So, yep. Anyway, here we are. Let's put something up in the background really quickly. And it's stage 11. I forgot to change that too, but it is stage 11. And this is who we are going to be highlighting today. And thank you for joining us. It's Dennis Libby, Sandwich Legs Media. And it's the Tour de France, stage 11. Remember, if you can, hit the like button if you haven't subscribed to the channel. And let's get into this. It's a Toulouse. I believe that's how you pronounce it, Toulouse to Toulouse. And the distance today, it's a fairly flat stage. It looks flat. It is flat. But it's 156K today. And then from of that 156K, it's pretty, nothing to really cry home to mama about. Let's see, looks like 96 at 96 kilometers is the intermediate sprint. So that's a long way to go. So you may get a breakaway. I don't know if you're going to get a breakaway or if the so sorry, or if the sprinter is going to try to control the day. And if it's the sprinters trying to control the day, that means you have Cedar Quickstep, which is Tim Malaire in the white, and then you have Track or Little Track, which is of the team of Jonathan Milan in the green jersey, and then you have Biniam Gourmet of Intermarché. Those would be the main teams that have an interest in today and would be trying their best to control the day. Now the finish is actually goes downhill, so it's really fast. I don't see this as a finish uh, for Benny. I see this more as a finish for Tim Malaire because outright speed, Tim Malaire is the fastest. I think just comes to outright speed. I think Tim Malaire is the fastest of these guys. Excuse me, Benny is my favorite rider, but I have to be honest. Like when it comes to just the fastest rider, I honestly believe that Tim Miller is the fastest of these three riders. Jonathan Milan, he uses a lot of effort and a lot of horsepower. I don't think he's actually as fast. I think when Benny is in form, Benny can sit with Tim Miller, but Benny's just not. He's just not punching today. And what happens to Benny's sprint is because he doesn't have the form. So you need to have the form to carry you through the stage. And then what that does is that when you come to the sprint, you still have everything for the sprint. So basically, Benny is using most of his reserves just to get through the stage. So when it comes to the sprint, he doesn't have everything he needs for the sprint, and that's just because of lack of preparation for just 2025. So hopefully 2026 will be a big turnaround, and he will have a much better showing for 2026. So that's just my outlook on the stage finish. I I think Milan by far is the pick of the day. I don't think if you bet against a Tim Miller, I mean, I said Milan. You bet against Tim Miller. No, I can't see. But that's here's the other thing. It's a downhill sprint, so this is where the really fast guys could get caught up because you can only paddle so fast, as we saw in that sprint stage in the Dubai, where the fastest ever sprint finish was set because it was a downhill finish. I think there was a bit of a tailwind, so up to 80 kilometers. The winning sprint got up to 80 something kilometers. So in a sprint like that, uh, where guys who are not as fast as the fastest guy, all you have to do is just sit on the way because you're going to get carried by the momentum and the speed. So this is where Benny could possibly win the stage too. If he's smart, if he doesn't hit the win and he just waits and he just uses the inertia of the speed because they're going to be traveling downhill at at an incredible speed. So, and you can only paddle so fast once it starts going downhill. So then after that, it's a matter of just coming on at the right moment, at the right time, and getting slingshot. So, as much as Tim Miller is probably the favorite for the day and the fastest on the day, today is a very complicated sprint, and you have to hit your mark, all right? You hit your mark too soon, you can forget about it. You wait too late, you can forget about it. So today, there are going to be a few outside guys that might have a chance because it is all about timing. You have to time it, right? Let's have a look and see what does the finish look like. This is the finish. So as you can see, after 1 kilometer, it's flat, and then with about 500 kilometers, 500 meters to go, you can see it dips down. It dips down, it drops down. So yeah, it's going to be a blisteringly fast sprint. Now, the first thing in order is the intermediate sprint, and then the second thing is controlling the breakaway, making sure the breakaway doesn't have its day. Last thing you need is a Matthew Vanderpool or whatever going out and just doing the thing. And after the intermediate sprint, then you have four categories climbs. You have a category three, category so it's three category four climbs and it's sort of spread out. And then a category three climb it's the last. So that's like one. So the total length of the race is 156, and at about kilometer 148 is the last climb. So then you have about 8 kilometers or so. So this is if I was into Marche, this would be my plan. Try to stay off the front. I know you're one of the sprinters teams that's supposed to be, if a breakaway gets to the front, try to stay up the front, stay hidden, don't do anything, and then wait until because you it's two climbs that are classified, but it's like one, two, three, four, five, six, seven climbs. So in between the last category four climb that's classified, you have three bumps in there. So if I was into Marche, I would like wait to after I get over the last classified climb, and then just sort of then start setting tempo on the following two climbs, not really to drop anybody, but then on like it's the third climb, then it's the two categories. So the three climbs to go, then I would start shelling my guys, and just making sure Benny's okay, and just start just trying to get rid of the sprinters, and just really, thumping the pace over those climbs like they do in like Get Wevelgem and Flanders, and just going mad horse, just horsing it and just hitting it hard. And then there's like very few kilometers between each climb, and then on each climb just hit it really hard. So the reason for doing this is it put it in Benny's favor, trying to get rid of the sprinters. So you want to try to get rid of the other sprinters. So if he gets rid of the De Valera and the Jonathan Milan, then he has a chance to win the stage. He has an easier chance to win the stage. But then saying that, he still has to deal with this little bit of downhill. And it looks like it goes pretty, it's going to be a fast finish. So from Toulouse into Toulouse, it's a 156 kilometers. Not much elevation today, you know. Oh, no, sorry. A little bit tired from yesterday because we did a pretty big ride yesterday. I mean, not yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. So we rode this morning. Yesterday. So we did a pretty big ride yesterday. Interesting ride. Check out the TikTok. I posted the ride on TikTok. I'm gonna post it on Instagram. But yeah, I mean, oh my goodness. I'm surprised I'm smiling. I'm feeling pretty trash. What did I do yesterday? Uh, can't see. So it's the first century of the year. I was pretty sick last year, and I pretty much couldn't ride the bike. I mean, I was off the bike for 6 months, but yesterday I did 104 miles in kilometers. That's about let me see, 100 kilometers. So it's 160, 60. So it's just maybe 180K, something like that. Something like 180 kilometers, 5,000 feet of climbing. Uh, was about 2,000 meters or something like that, 2,001 meters of climbing. And it did a pretty nice big loop, just going sort of to what is it? I think it's the east of London, east of London, I believe I went. It's sort of east, southeast of London. Pretty cool ride. Got rained on, it was really windy. It is what it is. But you got to do what you got to do. But let's back to these guys. So, like I said, today is going to be a really interesting finish. I mean, it'll be interesting to know what people think, who they think is going to win. The other thing is we got this guy here. Uh, he's in the yellow jersey now. It's cool to see Ben Healy in the yellow jersey. I would be happy as a pig in mud if I was him as well. He worked really hard, and yeah, it's really cool to see Ben Healy in the yellow jersey. Um, and the winner from the last stage, stage 11, was Simon Yates, and he basically, it looked like he was in there to try to help Jonas. Like, if Jonas was able to bridge across, but that never happened, and they had enough time where uh, he was able to, because Ben Healy just wanted the yellow jersey, so Ben Healy did all the work. He didn't ask anybody to help him, and he was just riding for the yellow jersey, and he didn't care if he won, and he got his just reward. He won the yellow jersey by 29 seconds, so he's in the yellow jersey. So I mean, he'll stay in the yellow jersey for a few days. That means this man here, Poggi, doesn't have to do as much work. He could just sit back and chill until like the mountains come. The big mountains come. That means his UAE team don't have to be on the front, setting the tempo, setting the pace, and hopefully they get a chance to recover and stuff. And the onus isn't on them to chase down anything or to set the tempo. So they got a day off, per se. And I think that's about it. Uh, the stage has started. They are says 100. They haven't hit kilometer zero yet. Looks like they're still, because it says 157.8 kilometers to go, and the stage is 156 kilometers. So what they do is they ride to uh, they do a neutral, which may be maybe 4 or 5 kilometers. They ride neutral, and then at kilometer zero, then then the race starts. So the race hasn't officially started yet. They're at 157 kilometers to go, so it looks like they're about a kilometer and some change away from the start of today's race. And if you're wondering how am I getting all this information, I'm looking at Pro Cycling Stats. Pro Cycling Stats, they have everything up. So I got to post a story on Pro Cycling Stats of what's going on with them and the Tour de France. It's pretty ridiculous. So I'm gonna try to get that done and get that posted today. The story, like Pro Cycling Stats, like how they are being treated by ASO and the Tour de France, it's pretty ridiculous. It's you know you want to see the sport grow and you want to see more people get into the sport, but I understand there's certain things you need to gatekeep, but these guys do all of what they do without anybody. They just do it. The site is complete, live stats, live updates. Who's in the breakaway? So the situation is you have Mario Schmidt, David Bellerini, and Jonas Abrahamsen. Looks like they are in the break with 15 seconds to go. The peloton is 20 seconds behind. I'm going to tune in a second. So they're probably going crazy right now, trying to see who's going to get established in the break. So they literally just started. I mean, literally seconds ago. The race is on the way. So they're gonna leave Toulouse and then go do a loop. Do a loop. Sorry, I did my hand like you could see it, like do a loop, and come back and finish in Toulouse. And yeah, it's definitely a sprinters finish. And we will see how it goes. We'll see who ends up being the man today. So these are your three. These are the guys on right now who are on the top of the sprinters, the green jersey classification. And so I need to go back a stage. So I just want to give you what the points are in the classification, because we know that Jonathan Milan is in the green jersey, so he's obviously leading the green points competition. So you have Jonathan Milan is on 227. Pogacar's on 163, but he's not going to go. So Pogacar will drop down after today because these guys will get a bunch of points today. Gourmet is in second place out of the guys that are on the screen at 151, and then you have Tim Miller who's on 150. So with that win up, that big grab of 50 points, and then plus the intermediate sprint points that he got on stage, I believe it was 9, that he moved up to 150, 1 point behind Beanie Gourmet. So we will see what happens if Beanie's able to, get a few more points at the intermediate sprint if the points don't go away at the intermediate sprint, because it already looks like the guys are trying to get in a breakaway. And if the breakaway goes, that means a bunch of points. It depends on how many guys get in the breakaway. So if it's more than 15 guys in the breakaway, then there will be no points for the intermediate sprint, because the intermediate sprint only goes down to 15 points. So I think that's about it. If you haven't hit the like button, please, it helps the algorithm. It helps the work get out there. I hope to do some big things for people that just want to, that have a hard time viewing the Tour de France for 2026, 2027. But I can't do that if people don't hit the like button. It's all it is, the like button. Hit the like button, and you'd be surprised what it's going to get you. So finally on Instagram, finally hit 1,000 followers on Instagram. So we're going to start posting more on Instagram. Instagram is a hard one because Instagram doesn't reward you for the hard work. I've got posts on Instagram with 2 and 3 million views, and there is no financial get back for that. Just imagine you got videos that are in the millions on Instagram, and there is no financial competition. But they make money. They make lots of money because of the advertisers and whatnot. I'm gonna say so. That's why I sort of been lackluster in Instagram. So if you follow me on Instagram, I've been a little lackluster in posting on Instagram because they're it's not like you put in a lot of time to update, put all the results and stuff, but and you don't get nothing back. I mean, I put in I covered literally every single race up until the Tour de France. If you go look at my Instagram, there's a result for pretty much every single race coming all the way up. I mean, even some races you don't know about, and then to do that type of work. So if you do that type of work, if I had 1 million views on videos on YouTube, it'll be a nice paycheck. But this is it's pretty. I think it's pretty insane. I think it's pretty. Uh, yeah. So I've sort of lost a little bit of energy for Instagram because yeah, it's hard to do that much work and not receive a little something like here's a little 5p or 5 pennies, or here's a little dollar, here's a dollar or two. You know, that's a lot of work. And I don't just chuck stuff up. I actually edit and post and review and yeah, just yeah, it's a lot of work. So it's a lot of work to receive nothing for but a little thumbs up and a like, cool, you know. So it's like going to work, going to work, traveling into work, doing tons of work, and then the boys pat you in the back. Well done, son. Good job. See you next month. See you on Monday. You don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear that. You want that. You want to be, if you put in the work, you want to be compensated for the work that you put in. But like I said, I'm going to post a story of the pro cycling stats and what's going on with them and Tour de France and ASO. Ridiculous, just ridiculous. Anyway, folks, enjoy today's stage. I will see you later today when I post the not just the results, but the review of today's race and how it went, and all that good stuff. And it's Louis Say with your legs media. Thank you for joining us. I hope you got some good value from that, and I hope you hit the like button. What? It's right there. Look, you just go to the top of the screen. It's right there at the top of the screen. At the top of the screen, like right where you see the people. You see the little people pressing. Right next to that is a little thumb. There's a little thumbs up. Just tap that for me. Tap that for me. Tap that. There you go. You almost there. You getting. All right. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. Oh yes, thank you. I got one like I feel like champion of the world. I feel like I won the lottery. Oh my goodness, that makes me so happy. You have no idea. I got a like. I feel loved. I feel special. Anyway, folks, go and enjoy today's stage of the Tour de France. Look for my video later, my review later on how the day went, who won, and how they won it. And I'll do my best to break it down and give you my opinion and my perspective on what happened, and maybe some of the things that the other commentators might have missed. All right. See ya.